All right. Today's video is like just so disappointing to make, and that is dating in 2024. Yeah, man, let me know first and foremost in the comments, one word, how you would describe just dating. I guess my word would be disappointing. No, I don't know, dude. Maybe you have to be a little bit more optimistic than that. I don't know, dude. This is tough. And being single is so freaking, for me, I don't know. I hate it. I saw a statistic talking about like something like 33% of women are single and 63% of men are single, which I was like, first of all, I mean, I don't know how the math on there exactly adds up. But yeah, I don't know how that's at all possible. But that's crazy, right? Like, yo, also dudes, what's really good? And also women, like, where are you finding the dudes that aren't? Like, I don't know. But nonetheless, man, the dating pool in today's society is just purely freaking, like, just horrendous, man. It's really, really hard. And there's a few reasons, I think, for that. And I think there's a few things, if you're in the dating pool, that you need to pay attention to. And I'm going to throw my sister under the bus here. She has been single for quite some time. And I think her idea of a relationship right now is a little optimistic, right? And I mean that like optimistic, like if we went realistic and then maybe the opposite of realistic, like with maybe like an un in front of it, starts with un, I can't think of the word, but right, you get what I'm saying. I need like this Prince Charming who needs to be perfect and like is just got it all together and has a good job and is over 6 foot and like, you know, super attract, like, and it's like, we'll just keep it simply like the obtainability of it, and then like where you're currently at in your life and what you currently have to offer. And that's the thing I think people don't understand is what is your value, right? And I think we all value ourselves very highly, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But in certain circumstances, especially relationships and how we talk and how we communicate, we value ourselves at a higher level than what is real. We believe that we should have this partner who is understanding, but maybe we're not understanding. We believe this partner should be whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, and so the expectation of what we have and the expectation of what we want and the value that we provide versus the value that they need to provide is very unobtainable. When things are unobtainable in that aspect, what happens? Well, we become disassociated with that. Dating apps are another great example of just like, it's so bad. People can be, and I hate to say it, but like ran through, meaning just been with like a lot of people sexually, just, you know, just smashing, right? Like smashing Monday, smashing Wednesday, smashing Friday. All, you know, with like, you know, Vanessa and Mackenzie and Brittany and Sierra and right. And it's like, yo, like your partner has been and I don't want to like body shame, but it's like, yo, you know, there's a lot of like negative to that, right? And some positive, I guess. Nonetheless, I mean, I digress, but you know, you have people that feel like they have 100 options, right? And I mean, I did dating apps for a little while, and I would probably talk to, respectfully, more than, I don't know, I don't want to really, just, I would talk to several girls every day, several new girls every day, right? And yeah, I mean, I only did it for maybe a month or so, but it was like, I probably had met and talked to over 100 girls, right? Pretty comfortably, like well over 100 girls. Dog, what, like, how do you ever, and like, dude, I've seen girls, and I would talk to girls and just like chat with them, because like sometimes it wouldn't be that serious and we'd be cool, and it would be like, yo, can I just see like yours, and like, or she would ask to see mine, I was just curious on, and it would just be like hundreds of dudes, and it's like, and it, I mean, like, on the same note, like, for me, it would just be girl after girl after girl after girl after girl. And dude, like, it takes time to build relationships for sure. And so like when you just feel like you have options, it's like, all right, like Shelby's done, on to Vanessa, on to Stephanie, on to Mackenzie, on to Maddie, on to Morgan, on to, like, it's just like, oh, nope, she's annoying, move on. Oh, her nose is weird, move on. It's just like, dude, what are, like, you're just like judging people based off of looks, and then just, which, I mean, I don't know, I guess looks can be kind of important. Like, you got to be physically attracted to somebody, but it's like, you look at somebody and then you just like move on. You don't talk very much. And you're talking to a million people a day, dude. How are you gonna, like, how do you plan on like locking things down? And I don't know. I mean, I feel like it can happen and it is like a way of meeting people, but there's just so much like negative aspect of like dating apps. I feel like you definitely can meet a variety of people and learn like a lot about things, but it's like at the cost of like smashing these girls. And yeah, dude, I don't know, it's just fucking bananas, dude. Like, it's so bad. And again, like, for girls it's so much harder too. Like, dudes are like just so bad at talking to girls, and or just like so desperate. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know. And then like maybe you talk to a dude, eventually you give him a shot, and then he has sex with you, and that's what he was looking for, and then like moves on. And then you're like, that brings me to like the next negative point, which is like just like so many damaged individuals that honestly don't fix like anything. Like, which sucks, which is like which was me, dude, which was literally me in a lot of ways, right? Like, I had a 10-year relationship, so my understanding of like what a successful relationship looks like is a little bit better, and I'm very good at keeping friendships and stuff like that. So I have a better idea of understanding relationships, but there's a lot of like issues within inside of myself that just weren't there. Like, you take damaged feelings or whatever, or like a broken heart, into a new relationship, and the result of that is absolutely killing somebody else, right? Maybe somebody that's really good for you, and you think that there's some bad to them, and so you just move on. And you don't care, and you don't try, and you don't work on yourself, and then boom, guess what happens? Like, now you're like fucked. Like, and now that relationship is never going to be able to work because you didn't put the time into yourself to be better. You know, maybe your last relationship was abusive. That's obviously, you know, terrible. And that's not something that really lightly should be, oh, well, he was mean to me, he beat me up, or, you know, vice versa too. I had a friend that had a really tough one. That was a dude. And as a dude, I think it's like, if you are like having a, like, where your chick is like whooping on you in whatever aspect, and in whatever aspect that means, like, you're not really like, you probably don't love to talk about it, right? And you probably, like, if you don't want to, like, you know, maybe you didn't get physical back and you're just taking it and trying to cover up, like, you try and hide that as a dude for sure. Like, that's, and as a girl maybe too. And so then, like, the expectation is that scared, you know, worried, like, nervous individual that existed in an abusive relationship now just suddenly is gone without any proper counseling, without any proper rebuilding on your own free will, on your own, like, on your own time, on your own, like, personality by yourself. Because I mean, yes, somebody that's not abusive will definitely help that heal, but like, yo, you got to be able to like see some of those negative things and be able to like get the fuck out of that. Like, you got to be able to like fix and heal and mend and come to an understanding and build and start trust with yourself again. So yeah, and when you take that into a new relationship, dude, like that it's just like it's done from the beginning. Like, that relationship is built on like it's just like trying to drive a broken car. Like, it's a new car to you, but that car is fucked. Like, that car is so fucked and so broken and so destroyed that it's like, it's new to you. It's not new though. Like, that car needs all these new suspension, new wheels, new brakes, new windshield, new all this shit, right? And it's like, yo, if you don't work on yourself to get your new car, if you will, to be ready to drive and safe to drive for somebody else, like, you're not doing it. And it's not fun, and it's not easy, and it's not enjoyable. But after a while, you start to learn, you start to build, your car starts to run smooth. You get those head gaskets replaced. She fires up every time. The battery's good. And now you can give everything a fair shake. And just, dude, nobody's doing that. Like, I don't know why. Well, I know why. It's hard. but nobody's doing it, and the result of it is just, unfortunately, just trouble. And mind you that I think the most important thing to say here, holy cow, the most important thing to say here is being alone and being single is not an indication of you growing. You can grow in a relationship. I think being apart is also growing. But if you sit there and you just do whatever you do every day and you don't really think about shit, dude, you're not growing. That's like saying like, oh, well, my car, I brought it into the garage and like it's sitting there and it's just me in the car now. Like, and we're going to grow. And we use the car as an indication of our personal growth, right? So the car is who we are inside. So it's like, well, that car sits in the garage, dog, and you aired up the tires and you tuck the airbags back in. Sorry, that's not how airbags are fixed. Unless it is. But then the analogy doesn't work and we don't like that analogy. No. You don't just, wipe the taillights off and go, now they're good. They need to be replaced. You need somebody to put in new head gaskets. You have to order new head gaskets, right? AKA counsel, AKA journal, AKA build these other things. You being alone and you sitting at home just not in a relationship does not mean your personal growth is building at all. Like, that shit is so dumb. And there's so many people that just go like, oh, well, I'm not in a relationship, I'm working on me. When's the last time you thought about you? When's the last time you journaled about the way that you feel? When's the last time you made positive habits or watched videos on how to grow, right? Like this, like, when's the last time? Oh, okay, well, like, and for example, them, oh, well, I haven't. There's your answer, dude. That's why shit's not gonna work.